Good morning, everybody. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. In Provincetown. This week featuring Wake up, wake up. Can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Make it strong, please. Hey. Oh. Hey. Wake up, wake up. Oh. No, really, can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up.
June, scary, spooky. Have there ever been scarier times?
Not really.
No. But I've never been happier to wake up in Massachusetts, in Provincetown. So happy to be here. So happy to be home.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, my heart goes out to you, all of my friends out there right now going through that.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's up?
I mean, what's happening in LA isn't as massive as the media would make you think, but it is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just beginning.
Stop.
It's gonna happen here. It's this, it's not isolated to California, is my point.
No.
Let's talk about fun stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like this beautiful art behind us.
So the artist who made this behind us is Victor Jeffries. He is part of a art show happening. They're doing a soft opening tonight here at the Commons, and then they're going to do a full big opening next Friday on the 20th with all the artists coming in. Izzy Burdan curated
1,224.
They wrote Izzy on the whiteboard, and I read it as 1,224. But yeah, come stop by and see it either tonight or next Friday, where you can come meet the artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm really great too. What did you do this week?
I did a couple of really fun things. I hosted trivia this past Monday at the brewery. It's
58 teams.
No, 22, I think, which is still really great. And there's also like so much room to grow at the brewery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really enjoying being in the new brewery space. The food is really fantastic. The space is really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been in yet?
Yeah, I went on opening night, which was obviously packed with friends and family. And I can't wait to come play trivia with you sometime.
Yeah.
Julian comes and plays, doesn't he?
Sometimes, not enough, but that's okay. I'm just kidding.
We'll come together.
Perfect. Yeah. But Kristen hosted with me the past 2 weeks, which was a ton of fun. We got to plug our podcast, The Queer Times, a bunch. But Evan will be back with me next Monday.
Oh, Evan did the AIDS ride?
Yes, Evan did the AIDS life cycle over in California.
How long does that take?
I think like 3 or 4 days.
Man, and how many miles is it?
5 days.
5 days?
Too many.
Yeah,
Too many
it's
miles.
very, very far.
Yeah, but he had a blast. He always comes back saying that it is a really great, joyous time, and he's like, it's really great being around a bunch of queer people where you're not drinking or doing drugs. You're like doing something physical and connecting and doing something positive.
You can do that here.
Yeah, totally. While drinking.
Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
You don't have to. There's a lot of people in town that don't drink.
I don't drink.
More than ever before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a lot of people like giving up drinking
Yes.
for various reasons. Did you read that book?
Not yet.
Which book?
This Naked Mind? The Naked Mind?
Yeah.
It's like everybody who reads it instantly stops drinking.
Mm.
It's like it's not hypnosis, but it like works overnight.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This Naked Mind.
Only for drinking?
It's specifically for drinking.
Yeah, control alcohol is the supplement.
Yeah.
I know. And you did it without reading it. You just quit.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
never
finally
really
realized I
anyway.
didn't like it. I was like, why do I keep trying?
Mhm.
You know? But I did stop smoking weed this past January.
Oh my God, you haven't smoked weed in 6 months.
And then started again like 2.5 weeks ago.
Welcome back.
But I really, it really just made me realize that I should.
Oh, so you're going to go back to not doing it?
I'm gonna try. That's why I'm like, can I read this for weed?
What about it made you think I better give this up again?
It just I
Munchies.
No, I feel like it really affects my mental health.
Mhm.
And even when I'm not smoking, it I only typically smoke at night. It's kind of like, do you know how a lot of people will be like, oh, I like to come home and have a glass of wine. Like for me, I like to come home and smoke a little.
Mhm.
And even like during the day, I feel like I'm very lethargic. I don't have as much get up and go as I should or could.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
And my mind has been on a lot of things lately. I think it just is the beginning of the season and things are changing. And I keep making decisions and I'm being like, wait, let's quit smoking weed and then revisit.
What decisions that you're making? Some big life decisions right now.
Sure. Yeah. Not big life decisions, but
But work for the summer. Have you figured that all out?
I won't be doing that.
You're not going to work anymore?
No.
Are you
Not for the summer.
retired?
No, not for the summer.
How are you paying all your bills?
I do work.
Financial freedom, baby.
I think he's selling pictures of his feet on the internet.
I wish people would buy them. If you would buy pictures of my feet, please text me.
If you are interested in buying pictures or videos of his or my feet, please put it in the comments.
They get your feet for free every Friday on the show, whether it's February, March.
Oh no, you're right. Does anybody have, I'm gonna put on some socks during the first video.
Then you can sell the socks. Yeah, but I do work. I do trivia. I do this, the podcast. Some more lucrative than others, but we're getting there.
It's a labor of love.
Yeah,
Everything is a labor of love.
But I'm also very frugal, and like you said, I don't drink. I don't eat out too often. I did eat out at Ocean
193.
193. I have such trouble with restaurants with numbers at the end. I'm like, no. Ocean numbers, local numbers.
1,224.
Yes, exactly.
Ocean 1224.
Right, exactly.
Oh, how was it?
It was such a beautiful space. I loved it.
Yeah, it's like the best place to have lunch outside on the water.
Mhm. Yeah.
Beautiful. And the food's really good too.
Yeah. I also did Peter Toto's show last night. It's called Wait, That's Funny.
Mhm.
It's like a very free-form sketch comedy show, some stand-up. He had a guest stand-up last night, and it was so fun because her like little giveaway merch is chapstick.
Oh.
Yeah, Sharon Simon. She was fantastic.
Oh, that's really fun.
Yeah, she's gonna be back in about a month to perform again at the Gifford House. So she was really
Had you
great.
been in that show before?
Oh yeah, I've done it a few times. It's really fun because we get to do a lot of the same sketches. There's a sketch me and Peter do together all the time where we're two gay guys talking about did you watch that cult documentary? That's so crazy. Could you imagine getting into a cult? And then it's like, oh, did you see this new music artist? And then we become obsessed with them over the rest of the sketch.
I get it.
Yeah, and Hannah always plays the pop artist, and she's very heavily based on
Ariana Grande.
Charlie XCX.
Oh, Charlie
Yeah.
XCX.
I think her first line is I love cocaine, yum, yum, yum.
Boy.
It's just crazy, but it's so much fun.
And it's
Yeah.
every Thursday at...
Every Thursday at 8 o'clock, but I think next Thursday they're not having one because Peter is actually doing another show at the Gifford House in the same space. It's Raja's show.
Raja's in town next Thursday.
Yeah, Raja's in town next Thursday at the Gifford House. Peter will be playing for her and opening for her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And next Thursday is Juneteenth, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of famous Black and Brown performers who have come to town to do iconic numbers, Raja, when the first time Raja came to town and did Through the Fire, by Shaka Khan, with this giant afro wig that looked like a white wig, but it was really just a wig filled with baby powder or something. And whenever she would hit the chorus, she would go through the fire. All that, the huge cloud of smoke would go up.
Yeah.
And this was years and years before she won RuPaul's Drag Race. And I remember 10, 15 years after it happened, being like, Ryan, who was that queen that flew in one night from wherever and did that? And he was like, that was Raja, who is now this world famous superstar.
Winner of season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Mhm.
Often Provincetown performer.
Oh, that'd be a fun show.
Yeah, I think a few winters ago, she spent the entire summer here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Peter Toto's going to be in Raja's show.
Yes, I'm playing piano for her.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that performance specifically because it went viral on TikTok a month ago and it was everywhere again. And I sent you the video and I was wondering if it was the actual performance that you were at, but maybe not.
I don't think so.
I would
She
be
was touring the country.
not that I would be mad, but she'll walk up to someone and be like,
Yeah.
and they're covered in baby.
It's in their
powder.
drink.
Yeah, it's
All the
everywhere.
lighting and sound equipment.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
So fun.
All the more reason to quit drinking. So Raja doesn't get baby powder.
I just imagine going to the beach, then going home and taking a shower, and then like, okay, we're gonna go get dinner, and then go to Raja's show, and then go get drinks, and then go to the club, and then all of a sudden you're like, the hell, covered in baby powder.
I love it. I love you, Raja.
Yeah.
And from anywhere but the front row, it's a beautiful experience.
Yeah, I do love a drag show where you get covered in something. No, there was this drag show that I used to go to Boston and all the time. It was called No Filter. It was hosted by a Violencia exclamation point, one of my favorite drag queens of all time. But whenever I brought friends, it was like, don't wear nice clothes.
Right.
Yeah, I've gotten barbecue sauce all over me, chocolate syrup, mustard. Yeah.
The front row got stage blood all over their shoes at my Halloween cabaret show.
Oh,
Sorry,
geez.
Bob Lindsay.
Oh no.
I know. It came out like it's the washable kind of fake blood,
Mhm.
but some people just didn't wash their shoes in time.
Get on all shows.
So now they have a memory.
Yeah. Didn't wash their shoes in time. In time to get it off.
Happy Film Festival.
Yes, totally.
I
Yeah.
know.
I love the energy this event brings to town.
Me too.
Yeah. I also went to Boy Beach yesterday for the first time this
You
season.
did?
Yeah.
It was warm enough. It's been hot, right?
No.
I was in Boston. I just got back last night.
It was hot enough the last 2 days to go to the beach.
Mhm.
And it was really nice. And one of the things I'm happiest about is I'm sure you remember, what was it, like 2018, 2019, where that big storm came through and decimated the dunes over there.
Mhm.
They're back.
That's great.
Yeah. And it's been a slow process, but I feel like over the winter, it really, like, they weren't dunes last year and now they're dunes again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was it busy?
Yeah, it really was. Yeah. Couple boats, tons of blankets. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm excited for those dunes to come back because hopefully it just became a longer walk
Mm-hmm.
because that's where everyone used to go, and then the dunes washed away, so then they had to go farther to the next dune.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it'll be closer again.
Yeah, I want it to be a closer
Good.
walk. Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, it was really nice. I went with Todd.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Boy Beach orgy?
No.
No?
No.
Speaking of dunes.
Speaking of Boy Beach orgies, we have a really special video from the crew at Test and Treat.
Good morning, wake up in Provincetown. Folks, Test and Treat has you covered for PrEP and STI testing and treatment needs. Same-day access no matter the length of time in the area or your insurance coverage. To schedule, scan the QR code and pick a spot, or call us at 774-538-3350. We do take walk-ins if we're available, and we always make PrEP access a priority. Now, back to the show.
Get tested, get
Yeah.
treated.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself and each other.
Yeah. What have you been up to this week?
So Monday, we were on Martha's Vineyard all day with Governor Healy.
Oh,
I don't know if
awesome.
you've heard, but the hospital on Martha's Vineyard, like every isolated area, the people who like want to work at the hospital can't find an apartment that they can rent or buy.
Wow,
You
that's
know,
crazy. I've
this-
never heard of that.
And so the people of Martha's Vineyard were like, we are going to build a 50 apartment complex just for like hospital
Oh,
workers.
that's amazing.
Wow.
So it's coming
great.
live in the next couple of weeks, and we were with the governor as she toured it, and lots of one-bedroom studios, handicap accessible.
Don't they need Airbnbs though?
Not as much as they need hospital worker living
Interesting,
apartments. And so there's a little lectern outside. Like we tour these apartments, and then we come out so that Governor Haley can speak to the reporters and stuff. There's like a phalanx of reporters, and she's like, "Oh, this is great. This is great." And then she's like, "Any questions on topic?" And then nobody says anything, and she goes, "Okay, off topic." And they're like, "Ice raids, ice raids, ice raids."
Yeah.
And then, then they start asking all these questions about what's going on.
Oh, I wish I would have been there because she kind of had a softball response to the Worcester ice raids that had happened.
What did you say to that?
It was very like, we have to support our law enforcement. Like you can't butt heads with our law enforcement.
Well, look, she's coming at this from a former prosecutor viewpoint,
Yeah.
and she's like, obviously, we all have to follow the law. Like,
Except ICE doesn't.
we'll not accept them, but
And they're allowed to because the governors are not instructing their police force to stop illegal activity that ICE is doing.
well, they're trying. I think
Are they
some of them are
trying?
trying.
Where-
Obviously, not Texas. There are governors who are like, we are not going to help you do any of this.
Mhm.
Like Gavin Newsom, obviously, Maura Healey. And then there's governors who are like, we're actually going to encourage this
Mm.
behavior. So that's why, I just continue to be grateful where I am.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
No, but she was like, I'm as interested in getting criminals off the street as anybody else. But what's happening is not getting criminals off the street; it's getting whoever off the street, and that's
Yeah, totally.
obviously illegal and bad and wrong.
Yeah.
But it's all anybody can think or talk about. Even
I
though, like,
know.
we're doing all these beautiful things, like building apartments for hospital workers, but so much shit is going on that it's it's hard to focus on the good. So I would just encourage everybody. I know it's hard, but try to focus on some of the good things that are happening around you.
And also tomorrow, all over the country and here in Provincetown is No King's Day. I think there's like almost 200 planned protests across the country, and there is one planned here in Provincetown at the bas-relief from I think noon to 3.
Yeah.
Starting at noon.
Yeah.
Noon tomorrow at the Bas-Relief Park.
Yeah, and the idea of No King's Day is just to like push back against authoritarianism, these ICE raids, and the reason it is happening tomorrow is because there is a large military parade for Donald Trump that is costing upwards of $40 million.
A birthday parade on Saturday, right?
Yes. There is no King's Day. There is no King's Day event scheduled for DC because they're trying to take it away because they don't want to incite.
They don't want to be confused for people that are supporting the military
I
parade.
guess, yeah, totally.
$40 million.
Yeah, there was one thing.
Where are my fiscal conservatives at?
Yeah, right. There was like a list of what was going to be there. Let me see if I can.
Nothing that's going to leave there.
Oh yeah, 6,000 soldiers, 49 aircraft, and 128 vehicles, including tanks, 25 horses, 2 mules, and a dog.
2 mules and a dog. Does it really say that?
It really does.
Weird.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody that went to World Pride in DC?
Stefan and Simone were there.
Oh,
yeah.
Did they have fun?
They really did. They said it was a really good energy.
Good.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Oh, the town crier
He
went.
was
No
there
way.
He was also with us. Like I keep seeing him. So like Wednesday was the Pride flag raising at the State House. The town crier was there, like crying his little heart out. If you
The town crier and Julian cry.
and Julian cry. If you haven't bought a ticket to see the Town Criers movie in the film festival, I think there was a screening of it last night. I did not make it back to town in time to see it, but that's one of the ones that I'm most looking forward to. The Spiritus documentary,
Oh, totally.
Marie's movie Pony Boy, and as we will
That
find out,
isn't Dan Minahan's movie. Wasn't that.
No.
It was like Wild Horses or something.
on Swift Horses.
Yes, something else equine.
But not a dog or a mule.
Right.
Or a dog, or a singular dog. Yeah.
And Marie's being honored in the film festival this year. Excellence in Acting Award.
Yeah, it was so funny. I was talking to Todd. I was like, "Who's like the big star they got for the film festival?" Because I always have like a big star, and they were like, "Oh, it's Murray." I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, I see him at the gym all winter.
You're like our friend.
Yeah, exactly. But we're very excited to have him here for the 4th or 5th time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like
he used
gonna
to
be
do a
in the-
yearly appearance, but I think he took last year off, which is fine.
He's
Might
been
have
busy.
Yeah.
He's not here as much as he used to be.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like every 5 minutes there's something really fun coming out starring Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have a recap video of last year's Frolic events in preparation for next week's Frolic event.
Mm-hmm.
The video is really incredible. It makes it look really, really fun because it is. Not that it's hard, but like they really made a really cute video. So check this out.
I keep bumping that till the windows crack. I'll be bumping that. No, I'll never go home. Don't sleep, don't eat. Just do it on repeat. Keep. When I'm in the club, yeah, I'm 365 party girl. Should we do a little key? Should we have a little line on and go real wild when I'm meet me in the bathroom with you? 365 party girl. French manicure, whipper with a residue. I look hot when I'm. No, I really don't stop when I'm gonna jump when it drops when I'm down 999. It's a good time. Who the fuck are you? I'm a brat when I'm bumping that. No, I wanna hear my track. Are you bumping that? Till the windows crack. I'll be bumping that. No, I'll never go home. Don't sleep, don't eat. Just do it on repeat. Keep.
You know I love Frolic Weekend. You know I love Charlie XCX. So that video was really hit my my favorites.
Your sweet spot.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I had so much fun years ago. I think it was the first or second Frolic weekend that really took off, and it's so incredible seeing them grow every single year, bring more incredible fun events. They do such a great job with inclusivity. A lot of events in town will, not to drag them, but like will be like, we're women or we're like gay men, so we're diverse because of that. And Frolic, which is men of color, they easily could be like, we're men of color. This is easy. It's diverse, but like they make such a really amazing point of expanding even within the men of color. Last year they partnered with Trans Tape to offer free tickets to trans men of color to come to Provincetown.
Nice.
Yeah, so they do really great work. So I'm really excited to have them back this year.
Yeah.
1,000?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
1, 2, 2, 4.
So I mean, soon. I mean, maybe with that 1,000 people, it's just going to be, because like when 4 or 5 years ago with the first one, it was very much like they were all here and then they would have events here. But with that many people, it's just going to be the whole town takeover. Of course. Do you have any news to talk about? Anything?
News? No.
I guess we've already covered a lot of it. But the Tonys were this past week.
I know.
That was this past week, right?
Yes, it was Sunday.
What are you mad about?
I'm mad. I knew Audra wasn't going to win, but I'm still mad about it. Yeah. I thought there was like an outside chance that Jennifer Samard would win for Death Becomes Her, but it went to Nicole Scherzinger, who I will admit was very, very good in Sunset. There's just multiple camps of thought on this.
You saw all of them.
I saw all three in one weekend.
You saw
Gypsy, Death Becomes Her, and Sunset Boulevard.
Didn't want to see Boop.
It wasn't out yet when I was there.
Oh, gotcha.
Boop came out sometime this winter.
Every clip I see of Boop is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The woman who plays the main character, Betty Boop, is just incredible. And I can't imagine how they're going to replace her just because she feels so the character.
So go and see it while she's in it is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Why were you happy with all the results?
Ish.
Yeah. I was really happy for Cola Skull.
100%. They looked amazing. They referenced a Bernadette Peters dress from 1999. And it was so funny because I saw them and I was like, oh, they look like Bernadette Peters. And then I realized like that was the whole gag. Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite Broadway performances of all time. Oh, Mary? Yeah.
But I'm really excited. I was really excited to see. It's like such an embarrassment of riches to have those 5 women nominated.
I know.
And I think they all could have deserved it. I don't think anyone would have been bad to win it.
Right.
I would be happier if Nicole Scherzinger wasn't like a light right wing conservative.
Right.
But yeah.
Look, it's 12:24.
Stop it. They wrote your name on the board, and I was like, 1,1224 and so close. Yeah, but the Tonys were fantastic. I think Cynthia Erivo was a really great host, and I hope they bring her back.
I just think it's so funny how like we can all be looking at the same thing and see something completely different. So I have a lot of friends who are like, I saw Sunset Boulevard and I just, she sang 2 songs really well. Like that's all she did. She didn't really like make any interesting acting choices. The character wasn't very deep. And then you talk to people who are like, that is one of the most incredible, beautiful things. I've so nuanced. She made so many like specific, interesting choices. And I'm like, we all watched the same thing and nobody saw the same thing.
Yeah.
That is art. Happens all the time. And I was just somebody who thought Audra was better.
I think a lot of people watching the Tonys felt that way too, specifically because her performance was so phenomenal at the Tonys.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what it was like, 2.5 hours of that,
Yeah. But a lot of my close friends have seen Death Become, like Brittany Ross saw it and then stayed in the city longer to see it again.
Death Becomes Her?
Yeah. Like
it's very fun.
Loved it.
Yeah. I saw Brittany last night singing.
Oh yeah, at the Gifford House.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is her piano man these days?
Patrick.
Yeah,
he's
very
new to
fun.
town. Yeah. Another really exciting news thing. They just announced Project Runway is back with Heidi Klum.
Really?
Yeah, for the first time in I think about 10 years. And what I find really exciting is that Utica Queen is going to be a contestant. Utica Queen was on season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race and is kind of known for the looks they created while on the show. One of the looks she made with a few sleeping bags is considered one of the best looks ever on Drag Race. So I'm really excited to see what they do in a more conventional fashion.
Heidi and Tim?
Tim is not back.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think I love Tim Gunn so much, and he does podcasts, and he I'm like, does he know he's being recorded? Like I just meaning like he will just drag and talk shit. Yeah.
That's what we love about him.
Yeah.
He's honest. He says what he's thinking and feeling.
Yeah, but I think they're bringing a lot of the past judges back as like guest judges. So I think Nina's going to be back, Michael Kors, Zach Posen. I think Tyra Banks is going to be a judge.
Oh,
yeah,
fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Nostalgia, legacy media.
Yeah. And I guess just one last news story. The woman on my shirt, Paige Beckers, she scored 35 points in a game 2 nights ago.
You have her on a shirt?
Yeah. With her national championship trophy.
Oh, did you have that made?
No.
That exists.
Yeah.
That's great.
On the internet. But I've been watching a lot of women's basketball lately. I think
Lately?
Yeah. The season started like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I know, but don't you watch it on tape all winter?
No. But I think me and Kristen are going to be hosting on the 26th of June, and 2 Fridays from now. It's going to be the first meetup between Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever and Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings. So I think me and Kristen are going to host that at the brewery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Fun.
Awesome. Anything else?
No.
Work. Let's head over to Sam with the Roundup.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Wake Up Weekly Roundup with me, Sam Sewell, for the week of June 13th through June 19th. It is Friday the 13th, everyone. Happy Friday the 13th, and I would choose any one of those images to be my flash tattoo today. Mooncusser, Coastline, I'm looking at you. Today, on Friday the 13th, we start the Queer and BIPOC Art Show at the Commons running through June 22nd, celebrating power, joy, and resilience. So go check that out. Also, because I'm a shameless promoter, it is the 27th annual Provincetown International Film Festival taking place in town, and I would highly recommend checking out Honey Don't tonight at Town Hall at 6:30, and also checking out some of the queer shorts, especially Queer Shorts 1 with Byllye. If you see it, please let me know what you think. And also the P-Town Stories, playing on Sunday, June 15th at 1 p.m. And I would also recommend seeing My Mom, Jane, about Mariska Hargitay's journey connecting to her mom, Jane Mansfield, as well as checking out Pony Boy, which Murray Bartlett stars in along with River Gallo. We also feature a book talk with Jeff Hiller, with Actress of a Certain Age, on Sunday, June 15th at the Crown and Anchor. And big thank you to the Crown and Anchor for helping the film festival with all our events this weekend. We could not do it without you. Thank you so much. Then on Saturday, head on over to the Stanley Space at 1 p.m. for an artist talk with the creators of Scandalous Conduct, playing for free as an installation all week long. And then also at the Mary Heaton Vorse House, a closer look at Valerie Isaacs is on show, and the opening reception is at 5 p.m. that day. Later on that night, grab your dancing shoes and tease that hair, because the Provincetown Film Society is throwing the prom of your dreams, and it will start at 8 p.m. and feature Liza Lott and a dazzling lineup of Provincetown favorites. So come on out, get your tickets, and we'll see you there. Then on Sunday, I would highly recommend checking out Anita Cocktail's Drag Brunch, playing at the Governor Bradford. Also, Mistress Sundays is at the Provincetown Brewing Company Crown and Anchor space. Don't tell anyone. Look at those legs. Whose legs are those? Woo-woo. Also, later on Sunday night, I will be spinning over at church, capping off the Film Fest with a set dedicated to songs in film. So come and check me out. See you there. On Monday, you can check Dine and Drag at 1 p.m., hosted by Scarlett Strauss and featuring another dazzling lineup of Provincetown performers. And later on that night at the Gifford House, you can experience Industry Night Mondays in the Yard and Latin Night in Purgatory. Then on Tuesday, the Dive-In will be playing Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, which is one of my absolute favorites, so I'd be remiss if I didn't promote that, playing at 8 p.m. over at the Crown and Anchor. And on Wednesday, welcome back, y'all. It is summer camp. Frolic weekend is back in town, and they have a whole lineup of really great party themes to prepare for. If you have never seen any of these parties, y'all, it is something to prepare for. The content that comes out of this, brilliant. Y'all dress up and you show out. Amazing. Then on Thursday, Juneteenth is happening, and we'll be having the Juneteenth cookout over at the UU Church. And then upcoming Friday, June 20th is a first showing of East End music at St. Mary's of the Harbor, which is happening at 5 p.m., a beautiful day of music. And also on the 21st and 22nd, you can check out a Juneteenth cabaret with James Jackson Jr. in the Wild at the Gifford House. As always, if you want to see anything promoted on the Wake Up Weekly Roundup, please feel free to email me at wakeuproundup@gmail.com, and I will do my best to get everything I can on here. And as always, have a great week. Enjoy this warmer weather. It's finally summer, everyone. Bye.
So much, Sam. Please welcome Byllye Avery from the Juneteenth Planning Committee. Thanks so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. So I wanted to talk a little about the history of Provincetown and why Provincetown is a really great place to have a Juneteenth celebration.
Well, Provincetown has a very interesting history with a lot of different people. A lot of people have no idea much about the history as it relates to African Americans. As a matter of fact, there are a lot more Jamaicans here than there are African Americans. But the few of us who are here are loud and strong. And we've come together to look at what has happened in P-Town. And you look at the entertainment scene, and just about every famous Black person out there has been to Provincetown. And James Jackson Jr., who is a Broadway performer who joined our group about 4 or 5 years ago, he's researched the history of Blacks performing in Provincetown and put it together in a really nice booklet and a cabaret, which this will be the second year that he will be joined by 2 other people presenting the songs and the works and the history.
Amazing.
But, you know, there's little known facts that the Underground Railroad came through Provincetown on the seas, and the sea captains brought in enslaved people, and the good people of Provincetown, the Abolitionist Society and all, housed people during that time before they sent them to Nova Scotia. And the thing about them sending them to Nova Scotia, they didn't send them up there with just the clothes on their back. They sent them with money so that they could get established and buy houses and live. So it's a very rich history and little unknown in entertainment as well as freedom.
Did he unearth any performances from like way back that surprised you?
Yeah, the one in 1868, I think the Fisk Jubilee singers sang at Town Hall. And for those of you who might not quite be aware of our history, Fisk University is a venerable historically Black college. It's called the HBCUs. And at that time, they were undergoing financial difficulties. So they had a very good choir. And so they sent them on a world tour. And I was shocked to find out that they sang in Town Hall in 1868.
That's incredible.
That's pretty wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little piece of trivia.
Yeah.
Take that to your trivia.
I'll write it down.
You're right.
That's so cool. I mean, over the years, I've heard so many rumors of different performers coming through town. So it's so incredible that he took the time to really research. And then we get to find out what's true and what isn't.
Yeah, I know. There's always the thing about Grace Jones and the earring on the dick dock or whatever. You know. There's still a lot of questions about whether that really happened. But, you know whether it happened or not, it's a good story. So, everybody loves a good story.
So we have James Jackson performing. Any other really incredible events you're excited about?
Yeah, I'm excited about all of them. First of all, we were sitting in the gallery with the art show that was put together by Izzy Bearden, and it is just absolutely incredible. A lot of queer art from the South and all around, and it's very unusual. And I encourage people to come to see it. It'll be up for a couple of weeks, starting tonight, I guess. You can still come to see it at the Commons. So that we're very proud. We've never had that element before. And then we're also having the 2 editions of the cabaret on June 21st and the 22nd at the Gifford House. And that you should definitely see. Last year, James did it by himself, and it was a sold-out crowd, and it was wonderful. This year, he's doing it with 2 other people, and we're doing 2 shows. So I'm saying get your tickets.
Because it's going to sell out again.
Because James has a wonderful voice, and I'm looking forward to hearing the other 2 performers. And then the crowning event is the cookout, which is the whole celebration, because Juneteenth is about freedom, it's about culture, it's about celebration, it's about resilience. And so the cookout is just what it is. We have programs, singing, dances, performances by Lakia Mondale and Kaya and James. We're going to open up with singing, lift every voice and sing with that. Can't wait to hear that. Yeah. And then we'll have food. And food, you know, is what feeds our soul, nourishes our bodies. And the red food, which will be, which is always a feature, because the red food represents resilience and freedom. And Mary Jo Avila is making the red velvet cakes. Ooh. Yeah, she's an excellent red velvet cake maker. And so we asked her to double the amount of red velvet cake because we only got like a little cube last year. So I'm hoping I get a bigger cube this year. But it will be there. We'll have food for all types of our diets, our glutens, our vegans, our vegetarians, our whatever, all of them, you know.
It's about inclusivity.
Yeah. Yeah, so come have a good time. Come be with us. I'm sure you'll enjoy the show. It's just been wonderful being out in the sunshine and being in the wonderful Provincetown community. So
a big thank you to the entire committee who puts all this together. It's such a joyous occasion, and it really brings everyone together.
Yeah, it does, and we're a diverse group, and you know we plow through it. You know, we have the bumpy parts, but we have more smooth parts than we have the bumpy parts, and that's really good. And everybody is free to say what they need to say, speak their piece. David Wilson has taken over the leadership role, and he's just done a stellar job. But we have such talented people. I mean, like Izzy is on the committee, Elspeth's on the committee, my wife and Gingle's on the committee. She'll be doing the opening call to the ancestors and all, because you know we of African descent. We don't do anything unless we recognize the people whose shoulders we stand on and know that they are around us and with us. And I just want to say, because I don't know how long y'all gonna talk to me, but I just want to say, this year, people need to pay attention because our freedoms are being taken away from us by the minute, and nobody is safe. You got nothing you can hide behind, because anybody who disagrees with what's going on is in jeopardy. And so they're coming for the immigrants now. Who's gonna be next? You know, I happen to be on all of the bad lists. You know, so I know that we can all be targeted. And I don't think Americans in general understood what it's like to not be free. We have never not been free. We've always been able to protest. We've always been able to speak our piece. We've always had a certain measure. And in the queer community, we have to fight for it, just like African Americans, just like Blacks fought for it, but then we were embracing and enjoying our freedom. And just when we were at the top of our game, really when things were working for us, the threat came in. And now we are all in the same boat together, y'all. There is no difference in this boat. It's just that what end of the boat are you on? But we're all in it together, and we have to pull together and know that my struggle is your struggle and your struggle is my struggle. So Juneteenth is about reminding us that freedom is not free, that it has always been paid a price for people to be free. And we are going to have to pay that price again. And I really regret that the things that we have accomplished in the last 50 years have just sort of been wiped away in a year. I mean, whoever would have thought that? So I hope when we come back the next time, we're able to secure our freedoms, because we all have a right to be here. We were all born warm, powerful, loving people, and we deserve our place in this world.
Thank you so much for saying that and for being. Shut up. He's bawling his eyes out because of
The
you.
comments are going crazy.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in this morning, and have a really fantastic weekend.
All
Next
right.
we'll we'll see you there. We'll see you at the
Okay,
cookout.
yeah, glad to
See
see
you
you.
Thursday.
I'll be looking for you now. I'm gonna be looking for you. Yeah, all right, all right.
So now we have a really special video from the site-specific dance crew ahead of their performance this week.
Hi, I'm Michael Spencer Phillips, the Artistic Director of Site-Specific Dances, a New York City-based performance company that's been in residency here in Provincetown the month of June. We hope you can join us for some free events we have this weekend. We have a workshop from 1 to 3 p.m. on Saturday at the infamous Gifford House, and we have a workshop from 10 a.m. till noon at the historic Provincetown Inn. The event at the Provincetown Inn will start indoors with a warm-up, and then we'll move outside for a guided meditation along the beautiful breakwater. Next weekend, Race Point Beach, we have free performances on June 20th and June 21st. Both are at 6:30 p.m. Watch the dancers from Site-Specific Dances from New York City interact with local dancers from here in Provincetown in a performance event you won't want to miss. We hope you can join us for some of these free events, and thank you to Provincetown for welcoming us for all of these dance events that have taken place throughout the month of June.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Be sure to check that out. I think they have another workshop coming up as well. Let's head over to Sean with the weather.
What's the weather like, Sean?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Sam didn't know we were going straight to the weather.
Morning, Provincetown. It's a lovely start to the day here in town, and we're riding out the tail end of a spectacular stretch of weather. Wednesday and Thursday were stunners, sunny, breezy, hitting the 80s, actual summer vibes, and it's been an interesting pattern lately. Glorious midweek weather followed by cooler, wetter weekends. Sadly, that trend holds this time too. We're out of luck again for the weekend. Here's your 6-day weather outlook. Today brings cooler air, less humidity, and more clouds than sun, and a high near 69. Saturday turns breezy and noticeably cooler with highs around 62 and a good chance of showers later. Yep, another soggy Saturday. Sunday stays on the cloudy side with a high near 63. Monday improves a bit, mostly cloudy with a high near 68, though let's be honest, we deserve better. By Tuesday, we finally start to see some breaks of sun after a cloudy morning with highs near 69, and Wednesday brings the warmest air of the stretch, humid, with a possible stray shower and a high near 74. So yes, the weekend's a bit of a bust, but a slow warm-up is on the way. It's looking like another great midweek weekend cycle. But fingers crossed, Mother Nature hears us. Summer starts in 1 week. Time to get it together before we start the slow march back to winter. We had a full strawberry moon last night, and high tides are hitting early in the afternoon and again in the wee hours. So for all you late night sand gremlins, your feet should stay mostly dry, just barely. If you're trekking out to Boy Beach and the weather cooperates, expect wet feet on the way out, but likely dry toes coming home. And tomorrow is an important day for democracy, as more than 1,500 cities across the country will host No King's Day demonstrations, a powerful, peaceful response to the growing threat of authoritarianism. It's no coincidence these rallies are happening on the same day as a military parade and a birthday bash in the Capitol. No King Day is a reminder that in America, power belongs to the people, not any one man. Here in Provincetown, the local demonstration takes place at noon at Town Hall, and the weather should hold. Whatever your political stance, come out to support the right to gather, to speak, and to be heard while you still can. A quick tease on a fun new project from local legend Trey Riddle Hoover. He's been snapping pics of the best and wildest t-shirts spotted at T-Dance over the years and has turned them into a coffee table book. Over 200 shirts full of humor, nostalgia, and P-Town personality. The book drops next week, and I'll be chatting more with Trey about it soon. And finally, today's a big day. T-Dance goes daily. The pool deck and grill are officially open every day through mid-September. So whether it's sun or shade, summer is on. Today kicks off with Dog Tag Tea, and you can find the full summer lineup at theboatslip.com or on their Insta page. That's all from me. Have a fabulous first big weekend of summer. Get your butts to Town Hall tomorrow at noon. And come see me at tea this weekend. I'll be handing out dog tags at the door today, starting at 4. Boys, back to you at the comments.
So stupid.
He is a Byllye.
You're welcome.
Yeah. If you want a picture of that,
Take a screenshot.
go fund us. Please welcome back to the show the 2025 Provincetown International Film Festival honoree, Murray Bartlett, Excellence in Acting. You know what? Who's running your Wikipedia page?
Nobody.
Everyone.
Everybody.
That's how Wikipedia works. Everyone.
Oh, okay. I don't
Somebody
know.
needs to go in and fix it because it was like Murray Bartlett, who became known in 2021. I was like, excuse me. No.
There were decades before.
Decades. That's what I said. But
Of
thank you for coming back and joining us.
course, it's always a pleasure to come and join you guys in a different space this time,
Right.
with art.
But since Bob brought it up and you're being honored for your breadth of your work, when is the moment where you feel like you're like, oh, I'm known now?
Oh God.
Yeah, when did you feel like I've made it? Was it swinging your feet around?
Waiting for
Wake
that
up?
moment. I think it was it was when
just
we were
that.
doing the feet thing. I was like, this is really it. This is a special moment.
Yeah.
Remember this.
No.
No, I think I mean it's an odd sort of concept to consider because you know, you just always feel like yourself in your body, and then there are times when, you know, I'm in a city or a place where there's lots of people and someone will, you know, come up and say something about something that I've done. I'm like, oh, it's a little bit sort of shocking and surprising and lovely. But yeah, I mean, I just, like all of us, we just feel whatever we're doing, we always still feel like ourselves, the sort of 12-year-old inside, I think. So I don't
Just
I don't
trying
know
to
that
do good work.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know that I'll ever feel that, but I do feel a sense of pride in some of the work that I've had the chance to do in the last few years. So when people do come up and say things, it's a good feeling, you know. And fortunately, I'm not like Brad Pitt or someone like that who I'm sure can't go and walk in the street. So it's
Soon.
but yeah.
I mean, for me, I think if I didn't know you and I were to walk up to you and tell you something meant a lot to me, it would definitely be The Last of Us. I don't think we've talked since then here on the show,
maybe
but
not.
that
Yeah.
I was sad for like a week and a half after that episode. It really hit me really hard.
And it wasn't just us, it was like widely regarded as one of the greatest hours of television ever. Like everybody was saying that, you know that,
It's
right?
it was amazing for us to kind of receive that because we knew what we had in that script. Like we were all blown away by it. I was, you know, like would have done many things that I probably shouldn't have to have that role. And I didn't have to. But you know, and then there was a sort of responsibility to not fuck it up. You know, like we went into that whole process with such reverence for that script, and it was one of the first experiences I'd had as an actor where every department in that show, like you'd go to costumes and they'd be like, oh, this is a beautiful costume. And so there was this real kind of feeling of reverence and love for what we were doing. And it was also interesting because in the context of that show, which was a big show with a lot of resources, we had this 1 month that they took to shoot this episode between two characters. So it was quite intimate. And so everything sort of kind of narrowed into this beautiful, intimate story. And so I think it was a lovely experience for the crew to kind of come into a much more sort of, it felt like shooting a feature film in a way. But
it kind of was. So like the episode was like an hour and 20 minutes long, right?
Yeah, I think the first cut was like 90 minutes. But it was also one of the first times where I'd had this tangible feeling of like this thing that we loved so much and were, you know, put so much into it and put it out in the world. And then we felt the kind of love and response coming back from it, which was just profound and beautiful and kind of what you do it for, you know? So it was extraordinary to feel that. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And tell us a little bit about Pony Boy.
Pony Boy, which screens today at 1:30 at the Provincetown Film Festival, is a film written and starring a wonderful artist called River Gaia. It's based on a short film that they made, which went to the Tribeca Film Festival several years ago, which I saw and it just blew my mind. And at that point, I remember thinking, oh my God, if this ever becomes a feature, I want to be part of it. And it's a story about a young intersex character called Pony Boy, who's kind of entangled with the mob in New Jersey. And then it sort of becomes a story about running from the mob. But it's essentially, I mean, it's the roots of the story are based in River's experience growing up intersex in New Jersey. But the story is kind of elevated into this kind of really beautiful sort of fable, I guess, in a way, about this, about Pony Boy kind of realizing that maybe they've outgrown the sort of the way that their environment has defined them and starting to yearn for something more and figuring out whether they can break away and become that sort of new version of themselves. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, no way. Are you seeing it at 1:30 today?
I am. Because it went to Sundance last year. It's about to have a release June 27th in cinemas. But I've been busy, and then they were going to send me a copy of it. But it's also weird watching yourself. I wanted to see it in the cinema. So today I get to see it. So come and join us. It's going to be a great experience, I think. I hope.
If it's not already sold out. River's going to be there too?
River's going to be there. Some of the other cast members will be there. It's going to be a little event. And then there's a Q&A afterwards, which I think will be fun.
And a little question about like celebrity. If somebody comes up to you and asks for a selfie, do you do it?
Yeah.
You do? Because Sarah Jessica Parker, talk about when Murray was first known, Sex in the City 25 years ago. Sarah Jessica Parker was on Howard Stern the other day, and she said she always says no. Because she was like, I think we'll have a better experience. You'll have a better memory of this if we just talk for a minute and get to know each other. And I was like, I hate that.
You're like, how am I going to prove it to my friends?
I think I feel like that's a great concept, but then you have to go through the moment of disappointing someone and them feeling maybe offended. But I just feel like you've got a short moment of time. Instead of saying no, I just feel like, let's just do it. Boop, we've done it.
Right.
But also she's very famous, so that probably happens to her all the time, in which case maybe she wants to put up some boundaries, which I completely understand.
It's like say no to all of them, or you're going to be your whole life is going to be taking selfies.
Probably. I'm just not at that point, so I'm like, please. You think I'm famous? Great, let's take a photo.
I just send people links to my morning show to prove that we know each other. How does it feel getting honored by your hometown film festival?
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, I've been coming to this festival for many years, and I love it. I also love this community, and the sort of the festival. I feel like channels a lot of the gorgeousness about this community, and I also think they have great programming, and it's a wonderful group of people. So there's that thing of being honored by people that you admire, which is really lovely, but also in the place that I live and love is just extra special. So it's beautiful.
Who were you talking to? Where he was like,
no
who's the big movie star that they got this year to come? And they were like, it's Murray. Murray is the big person being honored.
I just saw him at Stop and Shop.
That's what I said. I was like,
he can't be famous.
I saw him at the gym all winter. Whatever.
That old queen.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Happy for you.
Yeah, you're very, very deserving.
Are there any other movies that you're excited to see this weekend? Have you seen the Spiritus documentary?
No, but I'm excited to see that. I saw Jimpa, which is a beautiful film, I think, by another Australian filmmaker, which screens again on tomorrow night, Saturday night, which is amazing. There's a few, I wanted to see Twinless. There's a few things that I really wanted to see. I mean, I'd love to see all of it, but the next couple of days now, I'm going to be tied up doing things. So promo and little lunches and other film festival things. So I don't know how much I'm going to get to see, but I also saw the Rocky Horror, the making of Rocky Horror documentary. Oh my God, so amazing. So I imagine they'll have that at the cinema at some point. But if whether they do or don't, try and see it. It's amazing. The program is incredible this year, and every year I think. But there's really special films, so get out and see them.
I think I might have to have a doctor's appointment at 1:30.
You can do it alone. You did look a little under the weather.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little peaked. I think my office mates are probably watching this. I'm sick later. For the exact hours that Murray's movie is playing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling a little, I don't know, pony boy. I'm feeling a little.
Oh, yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys are watching 9 Perfect Strangers. Have you started
No,
those
not
yet?
yet.
Peter's obsessed with it.
Really?
And he's obsessed with you. I mean,
Okay.
I like to tell people that I'm your #1 fan, but it's really Peter.
Very true. I mean, all of Provincetown, really.
So what did you do first, Pony Boy or 9 Perfect Strangers?
Pony Boy. Pony Boy was actually like a couple of years ago. But 9 Perfect Strangers, we did the first sort of 6 months of last year. We're in Germany and the Austrian Alps in amazing locations with a kooky, wonderful cast of people. It was a gorgeous experience. I seem to have great luck or good sort of instincts about choosing projects that have just wonderful people on them away.
And had you met your fellow Aussie Nicole before?
I had not.
Oh.
I mean, I'd sort of like looked at her at sort of close-ish range, but never met her. So that was a thrill.
And is the bob as severe in person as it looks on TV?
It's shocking. It's scary. She knows how to work it. Boy, does she move with that. Yeah. I mean, it was the first time that because she kind of like, she's quite mercurial and she's very sort of on set a bit aloof because she likes to kind of sort of either stay in character or kind of like keep the sort of the vibe of the story going. And she plays this very mysterious character. So we didn't really see her properly until she appeared in this, and she's statuesque, like very tall in this incredible kind of dress with the bob, and she appeared and everyone just like sort of under their breath, but you could hear everyone be like
Yeah,
pretty incredible.
I get that.
Yeah, she's that kind of figure that commands that kind of like gasp.
I remember, do you know Seth Yanklowitz, the casting director?
Yeah.
Seth was like, I was on a treadmill next to her in LA one time, and he's like, there are certain people that when you see them in person, they're so stunning.
Right.
And he was like, I couldn't breathe. Like I had to like get off the treadmill. And he's a casting director. He works with like famous actors all the time. And he was like, she was just like remarkable to behold.
Yeah, like kind of otherworldly. Yeah. It's quite extraordinary. And she also kind of, she leans into that a little in terms of like allowing herself to be that. So it's quite a trip to be around her. Yeah, no pun intended. 9 Perfect Strangers is about people tripping.
So what's next? How long do we get to have you in town for? Because you're normally here for like a minute and then you have to go back to work somewhere.
Yes, I have been away a lot the last sort of 18 months with little trips back home. But I'm hoping to be here most of the summer. So we'll see. But it's so beautiful to be back, and I don't want to leave. So,
and we're happy to have you.
Thank you. Well, welcome home.
Thanks.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
A big thank you to our sponsors, the Crown and Anchor, the Provincetown Brewing Company, the Provincetown Inn, the Boat Slip, PTV, Provincetown Business Guild, and P-Town Tourism.
You are so good at that.
Wow, impressive.
I did it.
Thank you guys for waking up in Provincetown.
Wherever you are, we'll see you next Friday.
Yeah.
Can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up.
Make it strong, please. Hey! Oh! Hey!
Wake up, wake up.
Oh. No, really, can I have some coffee?
Wake